Ripple is now worth $40 billion thanks to Fortress and Citadel Securities' $500 million strategic investment in the company. It was also a big deal that Ripple, MasterCard, WeBank, and Gemini showed up. Guys, I have a lot more news coming out of Swell. It's going to be a whole new update with all new details. Let's get right to it so you know what's going on in the world. Thanks for being here. Hello, my name is Crypto Sensei. Leave! We closed a $500 billion strategic investment at a $40 billion value led by Fortress Investment Group and Citadel Securities in 2025. Ripple payments have been worth more than $95 billion, $1 billion in RLUSD stablecoin market value. In the past 2 years alone, 6 strategic purchases have been made. 25% of shares bought back. 3 times as much work for Ripple Prime, $75 billion. Ripple is the company in the crypto space that everyone wants to be like because it has government licenses and is growing. They're getting to the top, have been there for a long time. Within the last 12 to 24 months, I believe it has become truly amazing. I am not able to follow the news. I do not understand how you are at home. I hope that this channel really helps you understand how excited I get every morning to share this news with you. So here's Brad Garlinghouse talking about this new news. There is no question that 2025 has been a great year for Ripple and for crypto in general. Even though there are still a few months left, this news feels like the cherry on top of a pile of good news. Our news today is that Fortress Investment Group, Citadel Securities, Pantera Capital, and Galaxy HQ have all put $500 million into Ripple, Brevin-Coward Marshall Ways at a $40 billion value. This investment not only backs up Ripple's plan to grow and build a business around XRP, but it also shows that the company has a good idea of what the future of crypto will be like. I'm proud of what we've made and what's to come. That's great to hear, Brad. Here's that new news story. MasterCard is working with Ripple on RRUSD. Let's get it. This group of 4 people just said that they are going to look into ways to use stablecoins for settlement activities. Using RRUSD on the XRP blockchain in the ways you've heard about will make the work that banks and card networks do more efficient and effective. He said something very important there. The RRUSD will be used on the XRP system. He didn't say RRUSD on Ethereum. It needs to be on the XRP system. We need that sound. That's what we want to hear, folks. That's what I would like to hear. Along with MasterCard, WebBank, and Gemini, we plan to add RRUSD settlement to the XRP record for credit card payments, starting with the Gemini XRP credit card. And this agreement said that Ripple Swell will bring together Ripple, MasterCard, WebBank, and Gemini to launch the RRUSD stablecoin. The RRUSD stablecoin, which was created by Ripple and is supported by Gemini, will allow faster, more compliant, and clearer settlement between major financial players like MasterCard, WebBank, and the company that issues the Gemini credit card for fiat credit card payments on the XRP ledger. This will start with the Gemini XRP credit card. So we talked about the people who are already here. The goal is to set a new standard for institutional settlement by using blockchain to make payment flows faster and more efficient, improve transparency and regulatory compliance, and connect established financial rails with digital assets. WebBank will start the pilot program with RRUSD settlement for MasterCard credit card transactions. This rollout will put regulatory compliance and customer protection at the center. Effects on the industry that sets a standard for U.S. regulated banks to settle popular card payments using a stablecoin on public blockchains. This shows how stablecoins and blockchains can be used to update the financial system without affecting the end-user experience. The fact that banks were hesitant to use public blockchains has been talked about for a few years now. The whole script is backwards now. These days, public blockchains are popular, and everyone is looking for their own strategic partners. Ripple is at the center of all of this work together. The company WebBank Partners comes from Chad Steingraber and works with Dell, PayPal, Shopify, and Toast. Here are more links for this. At this point, you might be wondering if we'll hear some other news, maybe from PayPal. We'll see. It says that Ripple is working with Mastercard to bring RLUSD payment to the market. Watch out for your gurus to pick this up. Of course, XRP and the XRP ledger are at the heart of everything we do. It's a clip farm. Rise and fall. XRP is also very important to us as we build a multi-chain offering. The XRP system is very important. Could you say a little more about how that will fit into the ecosystem? Yes, XRP Ledger is our favorite blockchain. The XRP system is the basis for everything we do. It's a world with many chains. Ripple agrees with this. We're on many chains, but for the things we're building ourselves, we really think that the XRP Ledger is the best place to do it because of its speed, efficiency, cost, and compliance. In other words, that's what we do at the core. It's clear that there is a lot of value between the XRP token, the RLUSD, and some of the other assets that were built on top of the XRP system. It's giving us that cash. We keep investing in the XRP system because we think it will be useful, and because we're putting more money into making XRP useful for financial services and financial companies, more of the industry is joining the XRP ledger. That means there is more cash on hand, and cash is like a motor, so liquidity leads to more liquidity. People will go to the XRP system because it is easy to get. This is because they bring their cash with them, which keeps adding to itself. And this flywheel, once it turns, right, it will start going faster as soon as you get it going. That's where we can really start to reach this point of use. Here are some more notices that you might like. Of course, Ripple Prime was shown off, which marked the company's arrival. In other words, these are also statements. Really, I just wanted to make sure you got that. Ripple Prime was released, which is Ripple's first institutional prime exchange service. It lets big financial institutions trade digital assets and follow compliance rules. RLUSD expansion. Ripple is adding RLUSD to the ecosystem more deeply so that treasury activities can use on-demand liquidity, more so with G-Treasury, which I've seen ranges from $10 trillion to $13 trillion. Partnerships and purchases between institutions. Ripple revealed some big purchases, like Palisade, which will improve the infrastructure for institutional clients' wallets and custody. We talked about all of this a few days ago. The companies pushed for solutions that were good enough for institutions and got over 75 global government licenses to back them up. BlackRock, Nasdaq, and Fortress Investment Group all spoke on stage, which boosted popular adoption, clarified things, and encouraged institutional capital flows into blockchain assets. Also, the talks you had with Dina Friedman, Monica Long, and the CEO of Nasdaq were great. I watched the whole interview and told you what I thought. After the U.S. government shutdown, the CEO of Nasdaq stated that 17 IPOs are ready to be approved. It took $500 million to fund Ripple. It was brought to our attention that the XRP ETF bust led to more speculation and interest. Those should get here in a few weeks. A lot of things are going on. Monique Long did say that after 13 years of the XRP ledger, 100 million ledgers had been closed. This is an important time. Please think about that and how far we've come in the past few years. I completely broke down. You'll probably get this before this video comes out. Like I said, I've probably done 12 or 13 videos in the last 2 days alone, so my team is working full-time to try to get this content to you. But here's a great clip from the interview that Crypto America did today. This is Eleanor Tarrant and her team interviewing Brad Garlinghouse. This interview was great. If you want to see more, watch the video where I show all the best clips. It will really open your eyes to some of the things Brad Garlinghouse went through with the SEC trial.